When I first bought the house, I thought it was our dream, something solid, peaceful, a reward for the years we'd spent struggling through rented apartments and long commutes. It wasn't flashy or enormous, but it had space, warmth, and that quiet kind of charm that made you want to build a life inside it. A big oak in the backyard, a wraparound porch, sunlight that poured through the kitchen window every morning. I'd pictured us there, building a family, growing old together. But to my wife, Mia, it was boring. The first time she said it, I laughed it off. We were unpacking boxes, and she wrinkled her nose at the beige walls. "It's too plain," she muttered. "Like something a retired couple would buy." I smiled. "That's because it's a home, not a hotel." She laughed, but there was an edge to it. "You sound like a brochure." I thought she was joking. She wasn't. Within weeks, the complaints multiplied. The neighborhood's too quiet. The living room's too small. The tiles are outdated. Every day it was something new. She started spending more time out, meeting friends, going shopping, networking dinners. At first, I believed her. But soon, those dinners got later. The smiles when she came home faded. She'd scroll through her phone and hide the screen when I walked by. Still, I tried to fix things. I redid the kitchen, painted the rooms, even installed a new deck. Nothing pleased her. One evening, I found her on the phone with her best friend, laughing. "Honestly, it's so boring here. I feel like I'm living with my dad." That one stung. I walked into the kitchen, leaned against the counter, and asked, "Is that really what you think?" She flinched, then smiled awkwardly. "Oh, Daniel, it was a joke. You're too sensitive." Maybe I was. But I also wasn't stupid. That night, when she fell asleep, I checked her phone. What I found wasn't jokes. It was months of messages with her coworker, Ryan, late-night texts, flirty photos, and a thread where she'd written, "Daniel's obsessed with this dull house. It's like he wants to trap me in suburbia." Ryan actually understands excitement. Excitement. That's what she traded me for. I didn't confront her immediately. Instead, I planned. I wanted her to feel the kind of shock you can't smooth over with fake apologies. The house was in my name, I'd paid the down payment before we married, and the rest came from my savings. Her name wasn't on the mortgage, the deed, or the bank account. I checked twice to be sure. The next week, I told her, "You're right. This house is boring." She looked surprised. "Finally, you admit it." "Yeah," I said. "So let's make a deal. I'll move out, and you can stay wherever feels more exciting." She blinked. "Wait, what?" "I've been holding you back, apparently. I'm giving you what you want, freedom." She smirked. "You're not serious." But I was. Within 2 days, I'd packed my essentials, moved into a small apartment near the city, and left the keys on the kitchen counter with a note, "You wanted excitement. Enjoy it." At first, she didn't believe me. She called, texted, even sent photos of herself lounging by the pool, captioned, "Your boring wife seems fine." I ignored them all. Then came the real blow. The mortgage company called her. Because, while she wasn't on the deed, she had co-signed for the loan, a condition she'd agreed to when we got married to get a lower rate. The monthly payments, insurance, taxes, all automated from her joint account. And since she had already spent her share of our savings on business trips that looked suspiciously like spa weekends with Ryan, she couldn't afford to cover it alone. 3 months later, she called me in tears. "Daniel, please. I can't keep up with the payments. They're threatening to foreclose." I kept my voice calm. "You could sell it." She sniffled. "It's in your name." "I know," I said. "So technically, you've just been paying for my property. But don't worry, I'll take it back." She gasped. "You can't." "I can," I said simply. "And I will. You said it was too boring anyway." When I arrived to inspect the house, she looked like a ghost of herself. The confident, sarcastic woman who mocked my stability now stood trembling in the same kitchen she'd once laughed in. The boring beige walls were still there, only now, they looked like a prison. "I didn't mean any of it," she whispered. "Ryan's gone. He left when the money ran out." I nodded slowly. "So you lost him, and now the house?" Tears streamed down her face. "Daniel, I made a mistake. Please, let's fix this." I looked around the room, the home I'd built with love, the one she called dull, and realized something. There was nothing wrong with the house. The problem was her. She'd been chasing excitement in all the wrong places, not realizing that peace was something people beg for once the noise destroys them. "I already fixed it," I said quietly. "By leaving." She tried one last plea. "If you take it, I'll have nothing." I gave a sad smile. "Then maybe next time, don't laugh at what someone builds for you." In the end, I sold the house 6 months later, for a $220,000 profit, thanks to the renovations I'd done. I used that money to buy a smaller place on the coast, nothing fancy, but peaceful. Mia, on the other hand, moved into a rented studio downtown, still chasing the excitement she swore she wanted. Rumor has it, Ryan moved on to someone new. Every once in a while, I get a text from her, long, regretful messages about how she misses the boring mornings, the calm dinners, the smell of coffee in that house. I never reply. Because sometimes, the most painful lesson comes wrapped in laughter, and the cost of a careless joke isn't just money. It's everything you took for granted until it's gone. Her words had cost her more than $220,000. But the real price was me.